Hello, folks. Today's interview question has to do with building a Docker image and then running it and then testing it and then removing it. So first what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that Docker desktop is installed on my Mac, and then we're going to actually make a Dockerfile that installs Nginx and exposes port 80. Then we're going to actually create a container from that image, and then we're going to run it and then test it, and then we're going to kill the container and then delete the image. So let's get started. If you like the content I create, please subscribe. That helps my channel. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so let's go into my junk directory. That's where I do all my temporary work. Right now, there's nothing there. To make sure the Docker is running, I just do Docker PS. And the only thing that is running is Minikube that runs on my Mac. But if Docker daemon wasn't running, this would not come back with anything. And in fact, Docker is one of the requirements for Minikube. You can probably run Minikube with something else, but I've never tried that. But Docker is the most common way of doing that. Anyway, if Docker PS did not come back with anything, or there was an error, then you would know the Docker desktop wasn't running. The other way you would know is on my Mac, you see this little icon here. That means Docker daemon is running. So once that's running, we can actually create the Dockerfile. Dockerfile. If I could type Dockerfile. First is we're going to say from. Dockerfile always starts from, means what base image we're going to start with. So we're going to start with Nginx, and we're going to get the latest. Then if you do that, this automatically runs Nginx on the container when you run the image that would come from the Dockerfile. So all we have to do is export port 80 so that the web server is reachable from my local host. So that should do it for the Docker file. Now you have to do a Docker build. Docker build -t, and then I forget the exact command. It's the name my Nginx. Anything else I'm forgetting? No, that's it. Okay. Did not like that. Requires exactly one argument. Docker build -t. Did I do wrong? Docker build -t. That should work. Docker build -t my Nginx. Okay, let's look at this. Hopefully it will give us examples. No examples. -t tag. Interesting. Okay, I've done this before, so I'm going to look up in my history. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Let's see what you got. Those are the only ones. Let's see if the file is there. Yep, file is there. Docker build. Okay, how about we just do Docker build my -nginx path. Okay, this is not working well. So let's do a little cheating. How to build an image from Dockerfile. Let's see YouTube go on that. All right, let's try that. Let's build. Touch Dockerfile. Yeah, we did that. Basically create Dockerfile. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, those are not necessary. Don't need all that. I just need to build command. Clean up. Okay, that's way too overkill. Where's my build command? Build -t, maybe a dot is needed. Okay, let's try that. -t dot. There we go. Failed to solve the file and non-export. Expose, yep, okay. So that error message was really misleading. It was talking about requiring only one argument. That wasn't the problem. So anyway, let's fix our Dockerfile. Expose. Expose. Okay. Now we can build it. Now if we do Docker images, you will see that we, in addition to the Minikube one, I also have my Nginx. So now we can actually Docker run from that image. And let's look at the command for that. Docker run, yeah. Okay, actually this is wrong. Docker run. So what this does, I'll explain in just a minute. Docker. So what it does, it will run a container using this image, my Nginx, that already exists. And it's exposed the port 80 that's running on the container, which is Nginx, and it's going to expose that onto our main computer, main Mac, as port 8080. So we can hit port 8080 on localhost on the Mac when this is running to get to the Nginx web server that runs on the container. So that's done. Now if we do Docker PS, you will see that in addition to the Minikube, I have this container running. And it also tells you it's running on port 8080 on localhost, and it forwards to port 80 on the container. So now if I do localhost 8080, there's Nginx running. So that would satisfy the first 6 steps of the requirements. Now we're going to, first of all, kill. So let's do Docker image again, Docker PS. And we're going to kill that container, Docker kill. So no, because if we don't kill it, we can remove the image. Docker kill, and this is the ID of the container. And now, if we do this will fail. I'll explain in a second why it was failed. Docker image remove image my dash Nginx. First of all, history. Where am I? Maybe it's just RMI my Nginx. Yeah, so that's the command, but it failed because that container that we killed is still hanging around. It's killed, but it's not deleted. So we have to delete that. Docker PS. I think -A shows all. Yeah, there you go. That shows all the ones, even the ones that are terminated. So now we can do Docker remove that container. So it will be totally gone from memory. Now if we do Docker PS -A, you see that that container is gone. Now we should be able to just delete the image. And now if we do Docker images, you see the only one remaining is the kubectl image that I installed earlier. Hopefully you found this video useful. Hopefully the troubleshooting was also useful, and I will see you in the next video.